Greetings, Slacker September Man here, and I'm back with another video. And today I want to talk to you about recently I went on a date and I met a woman off POF, and things went well, they went successful, no complaints. It was a casual date. We just met for coffee and we just spent some time talking. She had a good time and she looked forward to seeing me again. But what I wanted to bring up today was something that came out of our discussion while we were on our meetup. Out of all the conversation topics you could have, we got into a discussion about current events and what's going on right now with this whole coronavirus and the outbreak and the toilet paper shortage. And so during our discussion, she brought to my attention that she thought it was stupid for people to hoard items like toilet paper and other essential items. And in the back of my mind, that raised a red flag. And I'll tell you why. For these last 10 years, I myself, I've been someone who's been following a lot of news, studying a lot of world events, and trying to stay up on things. So a lot of my time is tied up in tracking and just staying up on news, because back in 2008, I got out of work and I remember that I was submitting resume after resume after resume. I wasn't getting any calls back. And this was disturbing to me because normally my resume is out there and I get plenty of calls. I get jobs contacting me all the time because I have a diverse background. But this was the first time that I had experienced difficulty in the employment arena. And so while I wasn't getting any calls back, I began to ask questions. I had a lot of time on my hands. Right now, many of you are sitting at home if you're listening to this, luckily. And under this quarantine, you get to take in some new information. You get to spend time with friends and family. You get to spend time alone with your thoughts. Maybe it's helpful to sort some things out. I've seen some posts online. People are complaining about being bored. Find something to do. Me, I have plenty to do, therefore I don't have an opportunity to be bored. It's from one thing to the next. Right now, I understand that a lot of people are getting out of work, and so if you are someone who is alarmed by what's going on, I just wanted to tell you, welcome to the real world, because what's going on right now is something that's been in the making for some time. The alternative and right-wing media, they've been talking about this for some time. It's been under the economic collapse. And so, along with the economic collapse, there are preppers and other vloggers who have basically brought material and ideas forth about how to manage, how to get through these times. And so, in order to get through these times, you need to have something that's called a preparedness mindset. Now, not everyone has this. Some people are still asleep, deep asleep, and so, in being deep asleep, right now they're panicked, they're alarmed, they don't have a good go-to as a source for information. And if you're one of those people who's getting most of your information from the mainstream media, well, you're going to be a little lost at this time. Even though all of this was a tangent, I say all that to say this. When she raised the whole statement of she thought that it was stupid that people were out here hoarding supplies, in my mind I just thought to myself, oh, this is someone who's probably still asleep. Some people do think that it's a dumb idea to hoard supplies, but let me tell you something about prepping and prepping culture. Preppers have been talking about this very event or something like it for years. And in preparing, you see all these crowds that are gathered at these stores, people lined up, people fighting over shortages and lack of supply. Well, see, when you prep, you don't have to deal with that because you have your own supply to go to. And that's the whole point of prepping. So you're not caught off guard and you don't have to go out here and get caught up in these crowds with a bunch of people who may be infected with something and sick. So to me, that was like a red flag when she said that, but I'll give her a little bit of credit because I understand a lot of people just go to work, come home, maybe they watch the mainstream television news, cable news, but they're not really looking at outside independent sources, and so they're ill-informed. And so this is bizarre to them that people would be out here collecting and hoarding toilet paper. But I assure you, this is something that preppers have talked about for a long time. And so you want to be one of those guys out there that has a preparedness mindset. You want to make sure that your partner has a preparedness mindset. A lot of people are going to figure out right now that their partners are useless, especially when it comes to survival. You know, it's one thing to be in a relationship with someone and be happy doing activities and all that stuff, but it's another thing that when you're triggered to go into survival mode, well, is your partner someone that you can count on? Are you someone that they can count on? These are new types of questions that will be asked and explored as we continue to move along through these times. That's going to do it for this message. Leave me your thoughts and comments in the comment section below, and I'll catch you in the next video.